We have to take it up a notch now. Everything we do has to be a little bit harder, a little bit more aggressive. The first part of our season is over. We have to evaluate what we think we did in the first part of our season, and we have to flush it. Now you go into the most important part, and that is SEC play. It is a direct quote from our next guest, the badass coach Kim Mulkey, as LSU women's basketball moves out of like she said, the first portion. Conference play opened up this Thursday in the PMAC, 8 p.m. against Mizzou. It's going to be on the SEC Network. Go pack out the PMAC. Go support this team. Coach Mulkey, what's going on? Happy New Year. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Well, Happy New Year to you guys. Now, I know you're football folks, and you got to admit those two games yesterday did a lot for college football.
They're great. Yeah, no, I mean, we talked about it. It's kind of interesting as so much changes, and you're going to this 12-team playoff era. The 4-team version kind of saved the best for last, right? You had conference champions from four different conferences squaring up, good games, overtime between Alabama, Michigan, and the Rose Bowl. Like, yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one for sure.
It was really a good day, and it's even better when you don't have a dog in the fight and you don't get emotionally attached to either game, but you just love college football. And, wow, it really was outstanding yesterday.
Yeah, the only thing I would say, Coach, is that I do have a deep and never-ending hatred for Alabama. So anytime they lose, I'm a happy camper.
You don't want me to get on here and say roll tide,
No,
baby.
No. Well, actually, you can say it, whatever. They can roll their way back to Tuscaloosa or fly. I guess you can't really drive from California. Coach, so I do want to talk to you about completing this first portion of the season, though, because I know that you're always very honest in how you evaluate your team, right? And you've always been very clear about what this first portion of the season represents. Like, sure, some people want to challenge themselves on these great out-of-conference games, but you're talking about, no, you got to manage this. You got to build your tournament resume in smart and shrewd ways, and you got to, especially now where there's so much turnover, like, you got to find ways to get this roster to come together and be the team that's now going to start kind of the true grind of the season. So when you evaluate your squad, how do you believe they grew, and what did they show you? How would you score them coming out of this almost like pseudo preseason?
You break our season down in 4 phases: non-conference, conference, SEC tournament, and then the NCAA tournament. So a fourth of it is gone. And we want to win 90% of our non-conference games, and we did that. So you kind of flush that now. You talk about things. I visited with the team about all the things we went through in non-conference, from Angel not playing to Kateri Poole gone to Samaya Smith's injury. And let's talk about that. What did we do? How did we respond when those things were presented? And we kept winning. And I don't care who you play, when you have disruptions, it can create a lot of turmoil in the locker room, and we didn't allow that to happen. So I think we grew a lot in the fact that we were continuing to win without those players. Now, certainly, we're a better team with those players, and we've had, good practices since Haley Van Lith. I didn't even mention her. She was out the last month with plantar fasciitis, so now she's back on the floor. So getting her back, getting Angel back, getting in a rhythm, getting in practice every day, it's just going to make us better that we survived what we did. And let's hope and pray we keep them all healthy, and we have a good SEC run here.
Coach, is it ever? And I know you don't engage with a lot of this. You're very much a kind of head down, just get to work, kind of screw the outside world. But it almost has a feeling like y'all are like the bad girls of college basketball. Like, I don't know what it is, but everybody seems to just be kind of hoping for your downfall. Do y'all engage with any of this as like a galvanizing factor, or are you more of the block out the noise philosophy?
I don't know any of what's said on social media.
Mhm.
I just don't have it on my phone. But everybody wants to either pull for a team or despise a team. Detroit Pistons were so good here, and Rodman and Isaiah Thomas and all those guys. They were bad boys. Hey, bad because they were. I would think a lot of people may not like the trash talking, may not like the excitement and the just the passion that we play with, and everyone is entitled to that. All I want to do is win, and I want to win the right way, and that is defend you and rebound the ball. I can't make you like me. I can't make somebody just fall in love with LSU women's basketball. What I hope they do is they see through the personalities and go, whether you like them or not, they win. And I say this, and see, Bob, you're not going to like this, but I'm going to say it. Whether you like Nick Saban or not, he wins.
No, yes, it's a begrudging respect, right? Like
Yes,
I can severely dislike the school and the pain that I have suffered at that man's hands, but also recognize that yes, you, him, the greats, like y'all have a process that is unrivaled, and the results speak for themselves.
And I don't really now. If there's something that I read, if it's in a newspaper, and I can tell you if it's in the Advocate or if it's in the Waco newspaper, I read that because obviously I'm connected to those cities. If I read something that's bulletin board material, I may address it with the team and try to fire them up. But 70% of what we do in this business is motivating young people. You can teach them all the X's and O's in the world, but if you've got a boring coach, it doesn't matter how smart that coach is if that coach can't motivate them to play.
Well, I don't think there are many words that I think people have used to describe you, Coach. I remember Coach Kelly said he thought that you could make a cup of coffee nervous. I don't know that I would say that boring has ever been one of them. So we're out of the first quarter of the season. We're now into the second quarter. When it comes to accomplishing your goals in conference play, through the years, what have you kind of found to be the keys to getting that done?
Be realistic with what your expectations are. It drives me nuts to hear all these coaches and all these collegiate sports say, man, our goal is to win a national championship. Well, you're not capable, so don't put that on a piece of paper. That sounds wonderful, but I'm a realist. I live in the real world, and I think that if we can finish in the top 4 in the SEC, your chances of getting a top 16 seed in the NCAA tournament are great. And if you do that, you get to host the first and second round because that's how much respect people have for the SEC. And so I don't go and say, okay, man, we got to win the SEC. Look, I know how good South Carolina is. I know how many players they have back.
Yep.
I think we can compete with them, but I keep it real.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I think we all know that, and that's one of the reasons why we love having you on so much, why everybody loves hearing from you every single week. So this Thursday, SEC play, opening up in the PMAC, LSU, Mizzou, 8 p.m. Go pack out the PMAC. You can't make it to the game. You can watch it on the SEC Network, traveling Ole Miss on Sunday. Coach Mulkey, really looking forward to talking with you next week. Happy New Year. I hope you had a great holidays, Christmas, New Year's, all of that. I know it's a crazy busy time for y'all, but thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me, and y'all have a wonderful, wonderful 2024, and we're going to fight like heck to represent this institution and do good.